process is very slow. When if you are applied pressure, definitely increase the rate of filtration. Increase the rate of filtration. Then how we are going to prepare ultra filters? Because ordinary filter paper we can pass all the colloidal particles are passed. But the preparation of ultra particle is most important. Ultra filters. The preparation of ultra filter is very simple. First filter paper is dipped or soaked in a collodion. Normal filter paper is dipped or soaked in a collodion and again dipped in formaldehyde. After soaking, you remove the filter paper from collodion solution, then again dipped in formaldehyde. After formaldehyde, then remove the filter paper from formaldehyde, then subjected for drying. After proper drying, our filter paper is ready as a ultra filter. The pore size of ultra filter is altered. Very small size that is converted. Thereby, this ultra filter paper is used for this purpose. Here it is a this is the colloidal particles. Here the ultra filters are whatever the prepared ultra filters are there, that is ultra filters are placed and the colloidal dispersion is placed in this chamber and the rate of filtration is very slow, so we can apply some gas or some pressure is applied from top. When if you are applied pressure from the top, what happens? Through this ultra filters, the filtration rate is fast. Whatever the electrolytes and other impurities are passed through these ultra filters, they are collected at the bottom and pure colloidal particles are retained, because these pure colloidal particles cannot pass through ultra filters. Then you can collect the pure colloidal particles. This is the last method is used for ultra filtration technique for purification. Then coming to properties. The properties of colloidal dispersion. One is kinetic properties, electrical properties, optical properties. They are divided into three. One is kinetic property, optical properties and electrical properties. Then again subdivided. In kinetic properties, different properties like Brownian movement, diffusion, sedimentation, osmotic pressure, Donon membrane effect, viscosity. These are all different properties comes under kinetic properties. Optical properties is Tyndall effect, or we can say light scattering, ultra microscope, electron microscope. And third one is electrical properties. In electrical properties, again different properties are there. Electrophoresis, electroosmosis, sedimentation potential, streaming potential and coagulation or flocculation. These are all different properties of colloids. Let us discuss one by one. Kinetic properties. In kinetic property, first one is Brownian motion. What is Brownian motion? The Robert Brown is a scientist. He is observed that under the ultra microscope, the pollen grains of particles are suspended in water. They randomly movement. Randomly, these particles are move rapidly, irregular, random motion. And this type of motion we can call it as Brownian motion. This type of movement or motion we can call it as Brownian movement. And here Brownian movement can be decreased or stopped by increasing the viscosity of the medium. Whatever the viscosity of the medium is there, that is, if it is increased means definitely the movement of the particles can be stopped by the addition of or by the viscosity of the dispersion medium is increased. How we are going to increase the viscosity of the dispersion medium? By the addition of glycerin. By the addition of glycerin, what happens? The viscosity of the dispersion medium is increases. If the dispersion medium viscosity is increased, means the movement of the particles is decreased. Whatever the Brownian movement of particles is there, that is decreased. And thermal energy keeps particles in motion. And the particles collide each other. Even walls of the containers also, they are rapidly moved in the container. And these particles also move with gravitational force, with the bottom in all the directions. These particles are, movement will take place. That movement is called as Brownian movement. Next is the diffusion. Diffusion is also a property, that is, particles diffuse from region of higher concentration towards the region of lower concentration. The movement diffusion is a process. The particles are moved from higher concentration towards lower concentration until both sides the equilibrium is reached. Until both equilibrium is reached, up to that, from the higher concentration or higher region, the particles are moved to the lower region until equilibrium is established. The diffusion is direct result of Brownian movement. How the diffusion will take place? The diffusion is nothing but Brownian movement only, by the movement of these particles. Without Brownian movement, the particles cannot move. The Brownian movement is also responsible for this diffusion process. That is fixed first law of diffusion. State that the particle diffuse spontaneously from the region of higher concentration towards lower concentration. According to as per fixed first law of diffusion, always the particles are moved from higher concentration towards lower concentration. Okay. That means application is molecular weight determination. By this we can determine the molecular weight. The D is equal to RT divided by 6 pi nu n square root of 4 pi n 3 mv, where D is diffusional coefficient of polymer. How we are going to determine the polymer? Molecular weight of polymer. D is diffusional coefficient of polymer. R is the ideal gas constant, where T is the absolute temperature. Nu 0 is the viscosity of the dispersion medium. N is the Avogadro's number. M is the molecular weight of polymer, and V is the partial specific volume of particle, where D is called as diffusion experiment, and N0 is a capillary viscometer, and V is the density of determination. By this equation we can determine the molecular weight of determination. Molecular weight of polymer or any substance, its molecular weight can be determined by using this diffusion process. And diffusion experiment means, for example, I already told, this is dq is equal to minus ds dc by dx into dt, where dq is quantity of the drug diffused, where d is the diffusion coefficient, s is the plane area, and dc is the concentration change, and dx is the distance traveled, how much distance traveled, and dt is time taken to diffusion. That means here this is the donor compartment and this is receptor compartment. How the diffusion takes place? This is the, you can say, semi-permeable membrane, and here this is the donor compartment, the high concentration. The concentration is very high. Always the transfer or diffuse through this membrane from the compartment or donor compartment or high compartment to region of lower concentration, until the movement of particles will take place both sides, the equilibrium is established. Both sides the equilibrium is established until the transfer or movement will take place. Higher concentration towards lower concentration until the equilibrium is established. That is the diffusion property. Sedimentation. Sedimentation is also one of the important property. This is influenced by gravitational force. The sedimentation is nothing but settlement of particles. Settlement of particles is one most important is gravitational force is responsible. Due to that gravitational force, all the particles are sediment or dispersed or settled at the bottom. That is, gravitational force and particle size is greater than 0.5 micrometer, 0.5 micrometer. Here the Stokes law equation is there, that is velocity of sedimentation. For example, colloidal particles having Brownian movement. Suppose in colloidal dispersion, the colloidal particles having Brownian movement. What happens? If the Brownian movement is there, means what happens? There is no sedimentation. There is no sedimentation. But forced sedimentation means subjected for ultracentrifuge. Ultracentrifuge. Okay. Application means this sedimentation is the molecular weight estimation. Micellar property of drug is determined. Micellar property of drug is determined. Fourth one is osmotic pressure. Only osmotic pressure is suitable for measurement of molecular weight of dispersed particle. Only the osmotic pressure is used for the measurement of molecular weight of dispersed particle. Whatever the dispersed particles in colloidal dispersion, its molecular weight can be determined by only osmotic pressure. Only osmotic pressure. Next one is the viscosity. How this viscosity is affected? It is affected different parameters. Shape of the particles. Suppose the shape of the particle means, for example, shape is spherical. Suppose the particle size is spherical. Decrease the viscosity. If the particle size is linear shape, increase the viscosity. That means the viscosity is mainly depending upon the shape of the particles are dispersed. The affinity of the particles to the medium. Suppose affinity of the particle to the medium means lyophobic colloids, if it is there, means definitely linear shape. Due to that linear shape, the viscosity is increased. The viscosity is increased. And third reason is, parameter is type of colloid dispersion. Type of colloidal dispersion. The dispersion medium of lyophilic increase the viscosity. Lyophobic means decrease the viscosity. And molecular weight of polymer is directly proportional to viscosity. As the molecular weight of polymer is increases, definitely the viscosity is increases. And next, electrical properties of colloids. In electrical property, electrophoresis, electroosmosis, sedimentation potential, streaming potential, and coagulation. Coming to electrophoresis. Electrophoresis is, this phenomena was first introduced by Linder and Picton in the year 1892. Both are scientists, Linder and Picton. In the year 1892, this phenomenon is introduced. It is used to indicate the migration of colloidal particles in electric field. Here in electric field, what happens? The colloidal particles are migrated. The colloidal particles are migrated in electric field. When the particles move towards cathode, that is phenomenon is known as cataphoresis. The charge on the particle is positive. If the particles move towards anode, the process is called as anaphoresis. The charge on the particle is negative. In general, both we can term it as a electrophoresis. Electrophoresis. Here the apparatus consists of a U-tube. Apparatus consists of a U-tube. U-tube is fitted with a funnel-shaped reservoir. and stop clock, and a small amount of sol is taken and so as to form a layer on the U-tube. When the electric current is passed, because this U-tube is connected to two electrodes dipped in a solution, when the electric current is passed, the migration of charged particles will take place. Migration of particles, they start oppositely charged. Negatively charged particles move towards anode and positively charged particles move towards cathode. If the colored sol is there, colored colloidal dispersion is there, we can observe with naked eyes. By observe directly with naked eyes, movement of particles. But in sol is not color. The migration is observed under microscope or ultra microscope is used. For the observation, we can see microscope or ultra microscope, we can see the transfer or movement of particles. Okay, that means here the diagrammatically, this is the U-tube. The U-tube is connected with reservoir as well as stop clock, and both the U-tube is connected to two electrodes. Both electrodes are dipped, and initially water is placed, and colloidal solution is also placed. When the electric current is passed, what happens? Here the movement will takes place. Movement of the particles. Positively charged particles, that is opposite side. That means particles negatively charged means move towards anode and positively charged particles move towards cathode. In this way, this method is called as. Otherwise, when the colloidal particle reach the electrodes, suppose there is a formation of a layer here. Suppose these colloidal particles move towards electrode, immediately whatever the charge is present on the particle, colloidal particle, they lose their charge. When these colloidal particles move to the electrode, immediately they lose their charge. Once the charge is lost, means definitely the coagulation, and immediately they are converted into coarse particles. Colloidal particles are converted into coarse particles after losing the charge. When the losing charge will take place, these colloidal particles will reach to electrode. Okay. And electroosmosis. This electroosmosis is, it is also called as electroendosmosis. This method is also called as electroendosmosis. It is the opposite principle of electrophoresis. It is a totally opposite principle of electrophoresis. It is defined as the movement of a liquid with respect to solid as a result of an electric field. The substance made into porous diaphragm of partition and fixed in position of tube containing a pure dispersion medium. That means here electrodes are dispersed in are dipped in medium. When the potential difference across between the ends of the tubes dispersion medium, they move towards oppositely charged electrodes. Previously what happens? The same thing happens. The direction of the movement of the dispersion medium will be opposite to the which the dispersed particles would follow their free to move. For example, the application where it is used electroosmosis means for the preparation of pure electrode, pure colloids. This method is used for preparation of pure electrode. Electroosmosis method is used for the manufacturing of gelatin for photographic emulsion. The manufacturing of gelatin for photographic emulsion, this electroosmosis is used. That means gelatin is converted into free from fat and mineral. Free from fat and mineral. Then donor membrane equilibrium. This is for most important, even examination point of view also. The principle used to enhance the absorption of a drugs such as sodium salicylate, potassium penicillin by using sodium CMC. sodium carboxymethyl cellulose. Sodium CMC is an anionic polyelectrolyte. Sodium CMC is a anionic polyelectrolyte. It is not diffusible through semi-permeable membrane. It is not diffusible through semi-permeable membrane. The sodium CMC mixed with anionic drug, what happens? They may convert the drug diffusible but increase the absorption of drug. Increase the absorption of drug. The principle of donor membrane equilibrium. What is the main principle? The solution of sodium chloride is placed on one side of the semi-permeable membrane, and other side negatively charged colloid along with counter ions are placed. The volume of solution both sides of membrane is equal. For example, you said initial stage, this is semi-permeable membrane, outside and inside. Outside sodium chloride ions takes place, inside R1 is colloidal particles and sodium ions. Okay. Sodium and chlorides are